Have you ever wondered how baseball, America's pastime, became a sensation in the land of the rising sun, Japan? Well, strap in, because we're about to take you on a journey back in time, to the very roots of baseball in Japan. The origins of baseball in Japan are somewhat shrouded in mystery. There are several theories, but the most widely accepted one attributes the introduction of this sport to Horace Wilson, an American professor teaching English in Tokyo. Picture this. The year is 1872, a time when Japan is undergoing a period of rapid westernization, and Wilson, with his love for baseball, decides to introduce this sport to his students. And so, the first baseball game in Japan was played. The venue? The Keizai School in Tokyo, now known as Tokyo University. Can you imagine the excitement, the novelty, the curiosity of those students as they picked up the bat and ball for the first time? Can you envision the intrigue as they tried to understand the rules of this foreign game, so different from the traditional sports they were accustomed to? While the game was a hit among the students, it wasn't an immediate sensation in the wider society. But don't be mistaken, this wasn't a case of a seed falling on barren ground. No, this was a seed slowly taking root, quietly growing beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to sprout. It's fascinating, isn't it? An American professor, thousands of miles away from home, in a land so different from his own, brought a piece of his culture and planted it in the heart of Japan. And although it took some time for that cultural seed to sprout, once it did, it flourished and transformed into something uniquely Japanese. So, the seed for baseball had been planted, but it was yet to fully bloom. Stay tuned as we delve further into the blossoming of baseball in Japan, and explore how this American import became a beloved national pastime. From a simple school game, how did baseball evolve into a nationwide sport in Japan? The story of baseball's rise in Japan is as fascinating as the sport itself. It takes us back to the year 1878, when the first ever Japanese baseball team was formed. This was the Shinbashi Athletic Club Athletics, a group of trailblazing players who laid the foundation for the sport in the land of the rising sun. Their formation was not just an act of sportsmanship, but a testament to the spirit of innovation and adaptation. It was a bold move, introducing a foreign game into a culture that was rich with its own traditional sports. But the Shinbashi Athletics did it, pioneering a new journey for baseball in Japan. With the formation of this team, the seeds of baseball were sown in the heart of Japanese society, and these seeds did not take long to sprout. The game quickly spread to other schools and universities, becoming a popular sport among the youth. It was a phenomenon, an American game that was taking root in Japanese soil. As the sport grew, it reached a significant milestone. The year was 1896, and the stage was set for the first intercollegiate game. The teams facing off were the First Higher School of Tokyo and Tokyo University. This was more than just a match, it was a testament to how far baseball had come. It was a game that showcased the skills and passion of the players, reflecting the spirit of baseball that was growing in Japan. This intercollegiate game was a turning point. It wasn't just about winning or losing, but about the spirit of the game, the camaraderie, and the passion that was evident in every pitch and swing. It was about how a foreign sport had become a part of the Japanese culture. The popularity of baseball was growing, but its real impact was yet to be felt. This was just the beginning of a journey that would see baseball grow from a school game to a nationwide sport, and eventually, a global phenomenon. But that's a story for another time. So, when did baseball become more than just a game in Japan, you might ask? The answer takes us back to the year 1936, a year that marked a significant milestone in the history of Japanese baseball. That was the year when the Japanese Baseball League, the country's first professional baseball league, was formed. This wasn't just a minor development in the world of sports, it was an event that changed the landscape of baseball in the land of the rising sun. It was a turning point that transformed baseball from a casual pastime into a respected profession. The establishment of the Japanese Baseball League was a momentous occasion, a testament to the nation's growing love for the sport. But what led to the formation of this league? It was a combination of factors. The popularity of baseball was on the rise, bolstered by the success of university teams and the growing interest among the general public. The desire for a structured, competitive environment was palpable. And so the Japanese Baseball League came into being, providing a platform for the best players in the country to showcase their skills. The impact of this league's establishment was profound. It brought about a new level of excitement and competition to baseball in Japan. Fans flocked to the games, eager to witness the thrilling matches and cheer for their favorite teams. The players too thrived in this new professional environment, pushing themselves to perform at their best and building reputations that would last a lifetime. The formation of the Japanese Baseball League was a game-changer, literally and metaphorically. It was the spark that ignited a passion for baseball that continues to burn brightly in Japan to this day. This was the golden era, a time when baseball was transformed from a simple game into a national obsession. Baseball was now a professional sport in Japan, but the best was yet to come. Baseball in Japan was evolving, but how did it transform into the game we know today? As the dust of the 40s settled, the Japanese Baseball League, established in the 30s, was ripe for a makeover. In 1950, a reorganization took place, birthing the Nippon Professional Baseball, or NPB, as we know it today. This change was monumental in the evolution of baseball in Japan. It brought a level of professionalism that hadn't been seen before. The NPB was divided into two leagues, the Central and the Pacific, each with 6 teams. A regular season followed by a championship series known as the Japan Series was introduced, mirroring the structure of Major League Baseball. This new structure allowed for a more competitive and organized game, attracting players with exceptional talent. The NPB has been graced by legends who have not only made their mark in Japan, but have also etched their names in the annals of Major League Baseball. Take for instance Ichiro Suzuki, a name that resonates with both NPB and MLB fans. With an impressive career spanning both leagues, Ichiro is often hailed as one of the greatest hitters in the history of baseball. His swift transition from the NPB to the MLB paved the way for other Japanese players to make their mark on the international stage. Then we have Hideki Matsui, another sensational player who started his career in the NPB before making a name for himself in the MLB. Known as Godzilla for his powerful hits, Matsui became a beloved figure in both Japan and the United States, showcasing the global appeal of the sport. These players and many others have helped shape the modern game of baseball in Japan. They've shown the world that the NPB is not just a local league, but a global platform where players can showcase their talent and make their mark. Modern baseball in Japan had taken shape and it was ready to conquer the world. With its unique blend of discipline, teamwork and individual brilliance, the game continues to evolve, capturing the hearts of millions, both at home and abroad. How has Japanese baseball influenced the global game, you ask? Well, let's take a journey through time and space to find out. Japanese baseball players have been making waves in Major League Baseball for years now. From the power hitters to the precision pitchers, they've brought a unique flair and style to the game that has been celebrated and emulated worldwide. Their rigorous training, disciplined approach, and relentless pursuit of perfection have added a new dimension to the game. Take Hideo Nomo for instance, the trailblazer who broke barriers in 1995 to become the first Japanese player in the major leagues in 3 decades. His unique tornado pitching style left batters and spectators alike awestruck. Ichiro Suzuki, Hideki Matsui, and Shohei Ohtani, each in their own right, have carved out illustrious careers, setting records and winning accolades, proving that Japanese players can compete, and indeed excel, at the highest level of the game. But it's not just about individual players. Japanese baseball has also influenced the strategies and techniques used in the international game. The emphasis on small ball, bunting, stealing bases and manufacturing runs has been a significant contribution of the Japanese style of play. It's a meticulous, chess-like approach that values every run and every out, and it has permeated the global game, adding a layer of strategic depth. And let's not forget Japan's success in the World Baseball Classic. With 2 championships under their belt, they've shown that their brand of baseball can stand toe-to-toe with the best in the world. It's an affirmation of the strength and depth of Japanese baseball, and it has undoubtedly raised the profile of the sport at the international level. From a school game to a global phenomenon, the journey of baseball in Japan has been truly remarkable. And as we look to the future, it's clear that the influence of Japanese baseball on the global game is only set to grow.